The final point that I'd really like to leave y'all with today is don't limit the success of your students. I remember growing up, my parents always used to say, I knew that I had a disability. They always told me that I had dyslexia. It wasn't a shock all of a sudden when I got older. But instead of saying there was something wrong with me or there was a problem, they always would say, you learn differently. And that was my point of view. I learned differently. I had to work harder because of that reason. But it didn't mean that there was something wrong with me or a problem. And my dad will forever be my biggest cheerleader, because whenever I failed something or a kid was mocking me or called me stupid or whatever happened, I would go to my dad and he would say, you are brilliant. And that was the phrase that I always remember hearing, that you are brilliant and you can do anything you want. Having someone in my life who was constantly believing me and constantly telling me to achieve more pushed me further than I ever thought possible. I like to tell parents that I'm not defined by my disability. I am a student and I am an athlete and I am incredibly smart and I am dyslexic and I have a disability, but that is not the only thing that defines who I am. Because if you only see the disability, you'll miss out so much on what the child has to offer. I've talked a lot about learning disabilities so far, and I'd like to take a second to talk about my sister Julie. As I mentioned, she is severely handicapped and functions between a 6 to a 12-month-old. So we had assumed that that's where she was mentally, at that same level. And it wasn't until she had a tutor, or teacher, I guess, come in and sit down with her at the age of 22, and this tutor sent home spelling words. Julie can't talk, hasn't talked for years, ever, and so we just thought that was the silliest thing we'd ever seen. But the teacher would write down words on 2 different cards and Julie would have to touch the word that was correct. Well, she proved us wrong and got 100 on every single spelling test. And not only can she spell, but she can do addition and subtraction as well. We were amazed. Don't set limits to what a child can accomplish. Believe in them and give them the confidence to know that they can achieve anything that they put their mind to.